fuck YouTube. I slept in this morning. I missed the premiere of Bethesda's new game. Apparently some horror game by Shinji Mikami, the maker of Resident Evil. I don't know. I gotta go check it out. I'll be right back. That was fucking amazing. Yes, that's right, folks. A new horror game by Shinji Mikami. Best known for creating Resident Evil. And although that game has gone to absolute utter shit, maybe this one has a chance. I actually got into the horror game genre pretty late. I never played Resident Evil as a kid, or Silent Hill, or Fatal Frame, so it's kind of strange because when I was a kid, I grew up on horror movies. I watched a ton of them. I remember when I was as young as like 8 years old watching Child's Play and Freddy Krueger and Jason Voorhees and all the main ones, you know, and I saw some pretty fringe ones as well. You know, The Blob, it's kind of a cult classic. I saw the 1980s Blob and also the older one. My dad recorded a lot of horror movies on VHS, and I mostly just like watched those. I would come home from school and I would just sit around the TV watching horror movies that were taped on old VHS. But never really played any horror games when I was growing up, which is really strange because games have been my life since, you know, an extremely young age, even before I started watching those movies. So it's kind of strange that it never clicked with me to go out and find some horror games, because it was always an interest of me to get scared out of my fucking pants. But nonetheless, today I am a horror game fan. I have played several Resident Evil games. I've played Killing Floor, which I guess isn't really horror. I've dabbled in Fatal Frame. I've watched people play it. I have played Fear, which was actually my first horror game. Fear, the first one on Xbox 360. I think Condemned is a horror game. Is it? I don't know if it really counts. But I've played quite a few horror games out there. I've played a little bit of Amnesia. I've played some on the PC. Slender, obviously. I have Slender the Arrival on my PC. I just haven't played it yet. So I have dabbled around and played quite a few horror games in my more adult years. But this game, my goodness. This game looks fucking incredible, doesn't it? The Evil Within. Let's get another screenshot. Boom. Yeah. And another one. Boom! My God. The game looks absolutely fucking incredible. Doesn't it? I mean, just by looks, it looks fucking scary. And it's a great time for this game to come out because we just got Evil Dead, which in this video I'm going to talk to you about Evil Dead because it's gotten mixed reviews. Some people think it surpassed the original, some people don't. I am in the former half. I think it was fucking incredible. I saw The Evil Dead with three of my friends the other day, and one of them was constantly cringing, and I was cringing on the inside. I don't really have a lot of outer. I don't go, ah, or anything like that. I just kind of inside go, but I loved The Evil Dead. I thought it surpassed the original in horror. Not so much in comedy, but in horror for sure. And it hit me right here. It was probably my favorite horror movie in recent years. But anyways, let's talk about this game, The Evil Within. The scenery of it kind of reminded me of a horror movie that I recently watched on Netflix called Session 9, right there. And it definitely looks fucking creepy. I mean, have you seen the logo art of it? Check this out. It's a brain wrapped in barbed wire. They definitely know how to market this game. One note needs to be made. Although the trailer looks incredible, and the screenshots look incredible, and even the logo art looks incredible, This game does have potential for failure. It's a small potential, maybe even a mid-sized potential, but it does have the potential of failure. Let's look at the games Bethesda have recently owned and published in the past couple of years. 1, Dishonored. Awesome game. Plain and simple, awesome game. One-hit wonder in my opinion. Rivals BioShock in depth. 2, Rage. One of my favorite shooters. For some reason was not widely accepted as a fantastic game. It was kind of an average to upper level game. 3, Brink. Here's where the failures set in. Brink was a bomb. It was a pretty mediocre game in the scheme of things. 4, Hunted, the Demon's Forge. Yeah, I think we know this one. Pretty bad. So if we look at those 4 titles alone, it's a 50-50 split that this game could be good and it could be a bomb, if we look at those. Obviously, I'm leaving out the Bethesda games that are actually made by Bethesda Game Studios, which are all fucking incredible, and I'm pretty sure it's impossible for them to make a bad game. I mean, they never have, in my opinion. But if we're just looking at the trailer and the screens and the logo art, I think this game does have a fighting chance, in my opinion. It looks phenomenal, and when it comes to horror games, visuals are a very key component. I mean, can you still go back and play the first Silent Hill and get the same gripping horror that you did the first time you played it? I don't think so. As Hollywood and game developers have gotten better at scaring us, they need to be more convincing with the monsters they create, and the ghoulies and the creepy crawlies and the blood and the... Yeah, just look at this thing again. Look at it. It's terrifying. This game has the best fighting chance that I have seen in recent years of creating a horror that truly grips me and pulls my heart right out and hands it back to me at the end. But folks, let's not forget what makes a good horror movie, or a horror game for that point. Number 1, you want horror with a motive. If there's something coming after you, it needs a reason to kill, it needs a reason to feast, or whatever it is it does. In The Evil Dead, they didn't face some random slasher who killed just for the fun of it. They faced a demon that wanted to walk upon the land once more and rain blood from the sky. So it needs a motive, otherwise it just feels unreal. And I know blood raining from the sky is unreal. That's not what I'm talking about. Secondly, you need an environment that builds tension and suspense. You need an environment that pulls the player in and wrenches away their heart, that keeps them looking in every direction, wondering what is going to happen next. Thirdly, and this one applies almost exclusively to video games, you need a camera that doesn't fucking suck. That's right, a point of view that isn't horrible. If you're gonna have a third-person camera, don't make it barely peeking over my fucking back, and don't make it show my entire character. I want to have suspense, but I don't want to feel like I'm in the middle of a coffin while I'm fighting. Fourthly, and this is probably the most important point, your game, The Evil Within, is on IGN right now tagged as a survival horror game. Survival horror. Alright? That does not mean first-person shooter horror. That does not mean action horror. That does not mean slasher or thriller. That means survival horror. So include some goddamn survival elements. Make sure your character can't run around with 2 AK-47s, blazing them around in the air, throwing grenades every 30 seconds. Make sure your character isn't running 3 times the normal human running speed for as long as he wants, and make sure your character can't punch a zombie's lights out instantly. Fifthly, as an added bonus, make sure your horror elements are diverse, make sure they are creative, intuitive, and it seems like you're already pulling this off because instead of a bunch of zombies in your trailer, we got to see this. Ugh, Jesus Christ, that's horrifying. So in summary, Evil Dead was an incredible movie, this looks like an incredible game, and I'm signing off. Peace.
Oh, and by the way, we're releasing a Dead Island Riptide review this